preposition of movement: along, across, around, and through. These are called the preposition of movement because they show various kind of movements. We are going to study these movements in a very interesting style, and we are going to solve these 10 examples. And after this video, you will get in a easy position to solve the prepositional or the movement positions. So what are these? How can you solve them? We are going to start this lecture. First of all, along. Along is a movement preposition, and it is shown, it is always, along shows in the constant direction. In the constant direction. Along is shown the movement in a constant direction. If you are walking along the road, if you are walking in a constant direction, in a constant direction, this is called the movement position, and this preposition is called the along preposition. Along, in a constant direction. Next is across. If you are moving from one end to the other, if you are moving from one side of something to the other of something, it is called across. If you are, for example, if you are going from one side of river to the other, this movement is called across. I am running across, or I am swimming across the river, because I am walking or I am swimming from one side of the river to the other. If I am bridge, I am on the bridge. If I am going from one side of the bridge to the other side of the bridge, this is also called movement, across movement. Across movement. If you are going from one side of the road to the other side of the road, from one side of something to the other side of something, if you are moving from one side of the road to the other side of the road, this movement is also called across movement. Across movement, across preposition, because you are moving from one side of the road to the other side of the road, from one side of the river to the other side of the river. If you are moving, if the movement is from one side to the other side, from one side to the other side of something, this movement is called the movement of across. But if you are just moving, if the movement is in a round shape, if the movement is in a circular shape like this pen is moving around this pen. For example, if this is earth and now moon is moving. Now moon is moving around the earth. It means that this movement is circular. You are circulating, you are surrounding something like this. This movement is called around movement, circular movement. The pen is moving around another pen. If this is moon, the moon is moving around the earth. So the around movement shows the circular movement. If you are moving around something, if this is something and you are moving around something, if you are moving or if you are circling or if you are surrounding something, this is called around movement, around preposition. But if the movement is, if for example, if the movement is from one end of something to another end, for example, the rat is, if this is a pipe, for example, if this is a pipe, the rat is passing through the pipe to reach the other end. It means the rat is passing from this pipe, from one end of this pipe to the other end of this pipe. So when something is moving from one end to the other end, that movement is called through movement. That preposition is called through preposition. So what is here? The car drove the bridge. It means car is moving from one end of the bridge or from one side of the bridge to the other side. If something is moving from one side of the bridge to the other, this movement is called a cross movement. The car is moving from one end to the other, from one side of the bridge to the other side of the bridge, from one side of the bridge to the other side of the bridge. So this movement is called across. The car drove across the bridge. Now, the bird flew the window. The bird flew the window. This is a window. If something moves from one end to the other, from one end to the other, this movement is called through movement. The bird flew through the window, through a channel. Through a window means through a channel. He cycled around the park. Because he cycled around, he was cycling around the park. He was circling the park. This movement is around the park. So the preposition, the direct or correct preposition is he cycled around the park. Around. Circular movement. Circular movement. When there is circular movement and something is circling, something is surrounding something else, this movement is called around movement. The moon goes around the earth. So the right preposition is around. Next, the bullet has gone his hand. Now this hand is a channel. Bullet has to pass this channel. The bird has to pass this window. The rat has to pass this channel. If something has to pass through a channel, through a medium, pass through a medium to reach the other end. If something has to pass through a medium, a channel to reach another end, this movement is called through movement. This movement is called through movement. For example, the bullet has gone from this part, from this end to this end, and it has to go through this channel of hand. Through this channel of hand, it has to go through. So the bullet has gone through his hand. It means that whenever the throw movement is shown, whenever the throw movement or throw preposition is there, there should be a medium, there should be a channel, and something goes through that channel to reach another end. This is one end and this is another end. These are two ends. This is one end and this is another end. This is the channel. For example, this is one end and this is another end. This is channel. If you have to pass, you have to go through this channel, go through this medium. So the bullet has gone through his hand. There should be a channel. When there is a preposition through, there should be a channel. Here the channel is window. The bird has to flew through the window to reach the next end. The boy walks the beach. The boy walks the beach. Now he is walking along the beach. Constant movement. He is not walking from one end to the other. He is not walking through the bridge. This is not movement. He is walking in a constant direction, in a direct direction. He is walking. He is just walking in a constant direction, and that direction calls along the beach. The boy walks along the beach. The lady walks the road. Now the lady has to go from one end, from one side of something to the other side of something. She has to walk from one side of the road to the other side of the road. Yeah, when you have to walk, when you have to go from one side of something to the other, then preposition is across preposition. Which is the preposition? Across preposition. The bird flies the trees. The bird flies around the trees. This is a tree. This is the bird. The bird flies around the tree. The bird flies around the tree because the movement of bird is in circular shape, in surrounding shape. So the direct or the correct preposition is the bird flies around the tree. Around the tree. The rat going dash a pipe. Now pipe is a channel. Pipe is a channel. Rat is here. It has to pass through this channel to reach the other end. This is one end, this is the other end, and this is the channel. Whenever there is channel like tree, like window, like hand, and like pipe, if you have to reach from one end to another through the medium, through the channel, then the correct preposition is through. Then the correct preposition is through. She had a scarf, her neck. Now scarf is surrounding in a circular shape of neck. Now it's your turn to suggest me in the comment section which preposition is correct. Either it is the preposition of along, which is in a constant direction. The scarf is in the constant direction or is in circular shape. Whether scarf is reaching from one end to the other? No. If there is a medium, the scarf is going through the neck? No. Then what is the right and correct preposition? I am waiting for your comments. Valuable and positive comments are I am receiving on a daily basis, and this is a positive and encouraging remark for me. With this positive note, we end this video. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And stay blessed always. Stay happy, stay blessed. And keep smiling. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.